most people shouldn't go live with grizzly bears. I think that's a fair point. I think that there is a place in our world, there has to be a place in our world, in our society, where some people do. Where you get a character like Treadwell that goes and does that. And how we look at and react to that person is going to tell us more about ourselves than anything about him. Because, we can say, look, in the movie, they talk about his struggles. He had problems with alcohol. Later, he had problems with drugs. And that it was going and dealing with the bears that actually solved that for him. So we can sit here and we can talk about, and we can analyze him. We probably will. And we can talk about how he may have been mentally ill, which, you had mentioned that to me before. And I said, I was like, no, I don't want to think of him that way, because we have to have I want to live in a world where there are still people that are holy hermits that go out and live into the Alaska wilderness and they
do crazy things and live with
bears. They practice neo-artolatry. And I think that our world's better for that. Now, it's not good that he died and he got eaten by a bear. Yeah. It's not good that the lady that was with him died either. That's unfortunate. But here's the thing. We think there's a real cost to being somebody like him. And we don't like to think about that, because even if you enjoy, like me, the fact that there are people that are weird enough or strange enough or different enough personality to go do these things, you still want it to turn out right, and I do too. But I think that I don't want to say he's a mythological character, but there's something about him beyond the things that made him go out there in his personal life.
Okay.
That I really like.
Yes.
Like I want those people to exist in this world.
I think that what you're talking about is really important, because here's the thing, and this is something I watched. I felt when I watched the movie, was that in a way there is no space this is almost this is part of what the movie is about, that he had no role in our society. He felt that there was not the role that we generally take and say, I have my job, I am a doctor, I am a writer, I am a husband, I have my family, I do whatever. There's all these different roles you can have, in society. His was not there. You can see, and of course, this is part of I do think that it's worth recognizing that, of course, he had some type of, I won't say a mental illness. I don't think he was crazy, even though, of course, this is exactly the type of person you would look at and be like, he's crazy. But I think that is so ultimately shallow and misses a lot of the value of a personality like him. And I think in a way, he's almost, I think why it's such an attractive character, and something that we can talk about so in depth, this person, is that in a way he's almost this archetypal figure. There's something about his journey, his life in that sphere, that later part of his life where he started going with the bears and everything, that resonates and upsets. And that's important, that it bothered people so much. There were people that really did not like him at all. And he's like this really fragile, almost puppy-like personality, laying out in the grass and looking at the foxes and being like, you're my friend. And then you have that contrasted with the human world, the civil society. And you have these people that are sending in these letters and condemning him and being so, viewing him as this really condemnable figure. And that's such an interesting, I thought that was
people
so interesting.
People probably did like him too, though.
I think there's are people that did like him.
And the children that he taught about bears probably liked him. And that's probably just not as much in the movie. Because, in the day you have to make a movie in under 2 hours and that.
Well, this is the thing, though. He inspired a lot of like extreme responses in that way.
Right,
like
right,
we like
right.
him. We like him. I like him a lot. I think he's better than a lot of people. Just the average person. Like, he has done something very interesting, even if it's unethical or whatever. I think that it's good that we have people that go literally off the beaten path like that. And in a way, it's sad because he did end up kind of sacrificing himself for this, for what he offers us now as a figure we can understand and talk about and learn from his path. Because that's the thing, people do things and you can learn from what they do. Even if they fuck up and die and get eaten by a bear, you say, oh, well, this is interesting. Why did that person do that? And what does that show us about our relationship with animals today? You can learn from even the wrong things that people do, even if they have tragic endings. I mean, that's the whole point of a lot of, a Greek tragedy, is that we learn through people's tragedies and people's strange choices in their life.